So this was the flow which we discussed, where we will do the process from business perspective. Okay. And later we'll see the pending topic of technical aspects of Unifier. Okay. So we understood project template finalization, then project request. Project request was nothing but once the approval has happened, the project is created. It was not manual project creation, it was through approval process. Okay. Vendor pre-qualification, where vendor uh, will go into the multiple level of approval. Once that is being approved with some criteria, then only vendor data and master data was being created. Okay. Now, what we are going to understand the gate process in Unifier, and it is standard features. It has the feature which has different functionality. Okay. And it is good that you can use it for your own customized BP. Okay. Wherever you required. Okay. Only the look and feel and basic functionality cannot be changed because it's a logical functionality in Unifier. So gate process is something which you can create a different project pages in your projects. So this PPT which I have prepared, I'm trying to showcase the uh, standard, very simple phase processes because I have to complete the cycle in Unifier. If I'll make more phases, it will have exhaustive configuration. Okay, means I have to link multiple BPs. Okay, now let's take an example that we will be building phase process, a gate process. First is design development, then procurement, construction, startup, and commissioning or commissioning. Now these phases, okay, I have picked. You can have five phases also, six phases also, whatever the phases it exists for your project. Okay. So what I have done, I have picked only four sample phases of your project, and I have linked. I have taken a scenario that I will make this phase dependency on the design reviews. Okay. A BP. Okay. So in Unifier, there is a standard BP called design reviews, which I will take and link with this. I will put some conditions. Then for procurement, I will assign procurement BP. For construction, I was thinking, then I simply chosen DPR BP as an example. Okay. And the last is startup and commissioning is the project closeout I have assigned. Okay. The checklist kind of thing. Okay. Just to add it here, you can assign each phases for multiple BP. It is not limitation. You can assign multiple business process also. Okay. So that means in design, you may assign submittal also, transmittal also, or you may assign basically any data sheet calculation approval also. These are all different BPs also you can customize. Okay. Let's take an example of some scenarios. Okay. So when we talk about design review BP, definitely there'll not be one design. It may be 20 design, 30 design, 40 design, which will run as a record and it will be approved. Okay. Here I am taking a case of three drawing, only a case of three drawing. Why? Because I will run three record. Otherwise, 30 drawing I have to run the same thing, repetitive work. Okay. So let's assume three drawings need to be approved. Documents and drawings need to be approved. That means the count of the record must be three and the record must be all closed. Okay. So this particular scenario I have created. Okay. So definitely when we talk about any BP to link it to the page, it will not be one record, one approval. It will be multiple approvals. Okay. So let's say a drawing approval of civil drawing approval, mechanical drawing approval, construction drawing approval. There'll be multiple records. Okay. So that's why we will have a two scenario which I need to create three drawings. If we know that number of drawing is fixed in your project, just as a example, I'm creating it. Okay. Unified doesn't have this kind of scenario already built. I personally designed that. So there may be some mistake in designing this scenario, but what up to my best knowledge, I have tried making this scenario and case. Okay. Same way, contract. Okay. So let's say there is a contract value of 1 million. Contract value has to be created. Okay. So why? Because in your project, maybe multiple contract is there and you have a budget of maybe of zero point 0.1. Okay. So what it will do, all the records, okay, it will make sure that until this value is, I have tried two different scenarios. One in the count, one is the sum. Okay. So that both scenario will verify. And the records must be closed. Okay. That means records must be closed. So this is the two scenario it has to fill. If all the contract is being released to the contractor, whose total value is this much, okay, maybe 60,000, 40,000, or maybe 30, 30 and 40,000, okay, and all should be approved and closed. Once it is being done, this will go to automatically to construction phase, okay. Now in this construction, as just an example, I have picked a TPR, okay, where we contractor is reporting lot of DPRs mentioning the quantity. Okay, let's say in some DPR it is mentioning 100 meter report. He is reported 100 meter, next to 100 meter, 300 meter. Okay, so the total sum of a field called total meter progress is 1,000. Okay, and total value is being value, it will not check how many count of the record approval. It will just check whether basically 1,000 is being achieved or not as a sum of all record. Okay, and definitely the approved and closed status of the record it will check. If these two criteria is met, it will go to the commissioning. Okay, the same way in the commissioning phase, I will link it to the project closeout BP, where only one record will be there, where multiple checklist will be there. If that is being submitted and closed, it will complete the process. Okay. So this is the scenario which I have created. Okay. In Unifier, who will check whether all condition is completed or not? Okay. Since it is a software, so Unifier provides a two process manual. Manual means you can simply click. There is a button where you can click, move to the next step. If the condition not met, it will throw an error that all the condition is not met. Okay. So there is a manual method also. You can push the phases by your own hand, and it will just check whether all the condition is being met or not. Okay. If it is not that, it will not allow you and it will throw an error. Okay. But it has the schedule way also. Okay. So you can schedule it, let's say every morning 5 o'clock or night 2 o'clock to the unifier. That means you can give instruction to the unifier that check the condition automatically every night. Okay. So if the condition are met, make it push to the next step. Okay. As an example, you're quoting of for a project to the contractor. Okay. And you calculated with some BP and all. Two scenario, it is giving a margin of maybe 30% margin in your project. And third one is only 10% margin. Okay. So on depending upon that, you are taking decision. No, no. If it is 10% in this scenario, then we will not proceed that. Okay. So in this condition, when we'll see the steps will clearly show that all the fields in the BPs, whichever you want to put a condition, okay, with some condition, with some values, you can restrict that and it will think around that only. Okay. So I will just show. Okay, let me show you here. In this query, you can see that in this particular field, I have just taken example of one field called day, which excludes Friday. Very illogical scenario I have taken as an example. So in this particular BP, in daily progress report, There must be some field from where you are deciding that if this record does have this value for this field, then I will not go for that. I will keep hold on this. Or if it is there, I will push it to the next stage. Okay.